Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a personal reading for someone who took me up on my 11/11 special because right now I'm offering personal readings for only $11.11. I accept my payments through PayPal, so if you're interested, go ahead and hit me up. Now, if this isn't your reading and you clicked on this, then stay tuned because maybe there's some information that will come through for you as well. And if this is your reading, remember to pay attention for signs of resonance, like chills or any visions or thoughts that come in your head as I come across a certain card, because those can be messages for you as well. If something doesn't resonate, then just trust your gut and disregard it, because sometimes messages come through for people who are watching. So I know you didn't really have a question, and so I made a general reading for you. This row is your spiritual path. This is career, this is love, and this is advice from spirit. So let's get started. Your spiritual path. So you've just had a spiritual awakening. I can tell that because I see like a lot of commotion around you, but also like an inner peace and like a connection with like the cosmos. And so I feel like you might have started the meditation practice, or you might be spending a little bit more time outside in nature. You might have just, or you might just be having some interchanges and kind of moving on from people and situations that no longer serve you. So it's a big time of change in your life. I feel like you're a bit insecure right now because you're at this point in the journey where you're spending a lot of time in solitude, which is very essential for your healing. A lot of times in life, you'll find yourself alone at certain parts of the journey, and it's because it's a time where you're supposed to be going within and really searching yourself and making big decisions. So big decisions are going to be made. You're insecure right now, but that's okay. You know, these emotions are the catalyst for you to be able to push through this and on to what your soul mission and life purpose is. I feel like you are definitely a huge people person. I see a lot of women around you, so I feel like you're going to be inspiring a lot of women in your spiritual path and as part of the work that you do. I feel like you are the kind of person who's like a life of the party. And, you know, you're never the kind of person that people will be bored around. And so you definitely should be searching for relationships and be open for relationships where you can really be creative and you can really be yourself and be authentic. I see that you're very intuitive because both of these cards kind of mean the same thing. This talks about a very intuitive person and sometimes can also represent the need to stay grounded. It also talks about playfulness. And this is just, you know, pretty self-explanatory, the seer, you know, like a psychic person. So you have some spiritual gifts. Your third eye is very active. I feel like you might even have the ability to read cards if you'd like, or you might be able to read auras, or you're just probably the kind of person that when you meet someone, you automatically know their life story and you already kind of know what they've been through, and you're very perceptive. You might even have the gift of, I think it's clairsentience. It's the ability to feel other people's emotions. So you might be really tapped into the emotions of the people around you. And so these are all gifts you can use. You know, you're very perceptive, you're creative, life of the party. Your spiritual path is going to be taking you to use these gifts. I feel like this whole section is kind of like about your gifts. So really beautiful. They're saying be open right now to your sensitivity, because your sensitivity is going to help lead you on this journey. It'll help you make decisions like, you know, where you should go and the kind of people you should let in your life, or the kind of people that should be leaving your life. I feel like there's a lot of change that's going to be happening around you, perhaps a move. I see that in a card down here. So I think that your sensitivity is going to guide you through this journey, and you might find yourself getting more and more and more sensitive the more you go through this spiritual awakening and the more that you spend time in solitude searching your soul, you might become very sensitive, but that's okay because it's going to guide you. This card says that you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. And I also see the deer symbol here, and the deer symbolizes having an open heart and being almost innocent like a child. So I feel like you're going to a place where your heart is really opening and you're becoming more open and receptive and to love and to guidance and to your higher self and your purpose. And so it's going to be a lot of emotions that come up for you at this point, but they're saying to just trust. It's okay. It's safe for you to have an open heart. It's safe for you to be yourself. It's safe for you to be sensitive. Sensitivity can be a blessing. It can also be a curse, but ultimately it's a gift. And I do feel like a vibe from this, like you're an artist. A lot of times people who are artists, they're just born sensitive, and that sensitivity can be really tough sometimes, but it's also their greatest gift because that's how they're able to tap into their creative inspiration is through their sensitivity. So just realize your sensitivity is a gift and you are meant to tap into it. You are meant to use these perceptive psychic abilities of yours to trust your gut and to make the right choices and to help others and to celebrate with friends and to connect with yourself and others. So really, really interesting. I feel like overall your spiritual path is leading you to a place where your heart is being opened more and you're becoming more receptive, you're becoming more allowing. And you've definitely had a spiritual awakening of some sort, and there's a lot of changes coming into your life. Now this is your career. I love how automatically you get the fulfillment card. And so I feel like this card's saying, hey, wait, like, don't freak out. Your present circumstances don't dictate your ultimate reality. So your present circumstances do not dictate your final reality. And I see these two serpents here, like the Kundalini rising in you, like an energy coming up. And so you've had this awakening and now you're getting grounded with yourself and you're opening your heart and you're getting more in alignment. And so you're attracting more abundance into your life. And I feel like your career is like something that was predestined. Like you have a big purpose you're supposed to do here, and you're going to be using like this spiritual side of you in your career. And this open heart of yours is going to be part of who you are because your spirituality, your soul, like your energy, your authenticity, that's a part of you that you project into every facet of your life. And there's a lot of clearing that's happening here. And so I feel like you're going to start seeing these different areas of your life kind of cleaning up. So there's a huge cleaning, like purifying, like detoxifying energy coming through. So good job. I feel like you've really been working and making a lot of hard choices and changes. I feel like you're the kind of person that chooses themselves. Like you always trust yourself and you trust this psychic, perceptive side of you, and you make good choices for yourself. So this is looking good. So Spirit's saying, don't worry, I got you. Because this is the pole star. This card means like the universe is here. It's protecting you. It's watching over you. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like look up. Like there's a star guiding you. So you're being guided. Whatever's happening in your career is divinely, again, obviously happening in divine timing. Your career, if you are single right now, it could be that you end up attracting a soulmate or like whatever, however you believe, like your soulmate or just a significant other or twin flame or something into your life. And you could be starting a career with this person. You might end up attracting like a business partner into your life soon. It doesn't necessarily have to be love related, but I feel like either you meet someone at work and you attract them into your life and you end up getting married or something, or you guys end up having a relationship, or you meet a person and this person inspires you and you end up starting like some type of career or job with them. So the universe is saying like be patient and wait. Like there's a lot of transformation happening here in your career. That's what this is saying. Have endurance. There's someone who's on the way. They're sending you someone, like an answer to your prayers when it comes to your career. And they're also saying, open your heart. So many messages here about opening your heart, being compassionate, not judging people, don't judge yourself. If you're judging yourself harshly, when these people come in your life or when these situations arrive, you might push them away. And I've done that before on my path where I was just being really hard on myself and I pushed things away. And there's also been times where I was afraid and I didn't open my heart to something that was actually going to be really good for me. So I feel like you're at this place very similar, where you're having to learn how to open your heart to people and situations. Like there is a bit of fear, but I can tell that you're working on that. Like this path is leading you to work on your fear. So in your career, there's someone coming to help you, and you just need to be patient and wait and open your heart and not be so judgmental towards yourself or others, so that when this person shows up, you don't push them away. Okay? Now, your love life. This is always the fun part. So, you've been through a lot. It's like you're out of the woods now, or you're trying to leave a situation behind. You're very focused on trying to leave a difficult time behind, and leaving behind this like a codependency, or like a karmic relationship, or like a time where you felt like you had this void and you're trying to fill it. So I feel like you've developed this new respect for yourself, and you've come to this place of self-love. So you're leaving this time behind, and this is all being healed. So there's a huge healing and transformation that's happening in your love life. What's in the center of it is grace and beauty, and leaving a very emotional, difficult time behind. So I feel like there's either a breakup coming, or you just came out of a breakup. There's that vibe here, like a healing, like I said, you're having this spiritual awakening, and so a lot of times your entire life is going to shift, because as within, so without. Anytime you do work on your inner self and you clear out some old subconscious beliefs that aren't serving you, or you clear out all the baggage and the fear and the chaos energy that you pick up from this society and just all the trauma and everything you go through. When you start letting go of the past and letting go of all of that, everything in your reality starts shifting. It's so crazy. So your whole world and your whole reality is shifting hardcore right now. And as you go through this awakening process, it'll kind of slow down a little bit. There'll be a point where it peaks, and then it'll kind of chill out a little bit. But I just feel like things are changing so fast for you right now. So I'm sorry that you must be freaking out right now, but just know that it's all for the best, and you're going to be making a huge leap forward. The word quantum leap comes to mind. If you ever research quantum physics, there's some really interesting things you can learn about it that also apply to spirituality. So look up quantum leap, because I feel like you're making a quantum leap right now in your life. You're going from one point here all the way jumping to some other point. This is Spirit's advice. They're saying that this transition is a huge challenge for you, and ultimately you're going to be moving, and you're going to be changing your scenery. You've been stuck in one place for too long, and there's some other place out there that's calling for you. And so Spirit's trying to say, we know, I know that this is a challenging time for you, but go with the flow here, and just trust. And you're being carried safely. You'll be carried safely in this transition. You're being watched over during this transition, and it's safe to make these changes. And you have to realize in life that the wheel inevitably turns. Life is always changing. We're always transforming, and we're always growing. And you have to surrender to the flow, and you have to surrender to the change that wants to come into your life. So be open to changing your environment, be open to moving, be open to all of these changes that are coming. So I feel like the theme of your reading is change. A lot of change in your life. So I hope that this reading helped you, and definitely comment back and let me know if this resonated. And also, this reading comes with a free follow-up reading. So if you want to ask me a follow-up question, just go ahead and email me and I'll send you a picture of the card and the answer to the question. So I hope that this resonated with you, and anyone else who wants a general reading or a love reading or soulmate, twin flame, career, just go ahead and email me. My information is below. Peace out.